Hello, my name is Omar Rampersad. It's Tuesday, December 4th, 2018 at 8:42 a.m. in Toronto. So I got up this morning at 4 o'clock and I left my home at after 5 to get to work for 7:30. It was dark, cold, and I was taking the bus, so I was walking the streets at 5:20 this morning to get the bus. Um, I got to work at 7:30 and I was immediately called into the office, the boss's office, and was let go for no particular reason. When I asked, didn't go into any details. When I asked, it's performance related. So I got up at 4 to get to work for 7:30, but it's performance related. I started the job at I started the job on the 20th of November. So it's a little bit over 2 weeks. It's actually 2 weeks. Let me see here. So the 20th and the 4th, exactly 2 weeks. So it's very interesting that in another job, I was also um, a permanent job. I was also let go for not being a fit very recently, earlier this year. And the time frame of the jobs are very short for some reason. But it's interesting in this case that it's for performance when I leave my home at quarter after 5 to get there. Um, while on the way to work, I was in the bus and there was a lot of black people in the bus. And they were talking about Rick, someone called Rick from Give and Go, at the company I was at previously. And Rick has the contract now because the contract to surveil me because I'm flagged is global, and the company I'm with doesn't have the contract anymore because these comments tie into the harassment I was getting for the last 2 weeks in the company that I'm in right now. That I was let go just now. From day one, especially from the Chinese workers, they were talking about you got to get out. We have an order to remove you, and this is with reference to what's going on in this building. They were talking about the human rights hearing, especially the Chinese workers. They were talking about sex slavery. They're talking about slavery. And a lot of comments that I tweeted about. Um, that was very, very distressing. So I was away sick for 3 days. I was in the emergency with symptoms of heart attack and some one of the blood tests showed a high rate of clotting in my blood. So I had a CT scan done, and I was away for 3 days. So this is guessing this is the reason I was let go. Um, Now I heard that there are comments that there were from the comments that was made that there were reports being made about me and flags were raised, new flags about me in the system, in the police database. The flagging system started in this building with me and about me, I should say. And it continued for years and years without my knowing. And then it became obvious that something was going on, that I was being surveilled, that I was being stalked, I was being gang stalked. And this has been continuing for a long time. At this point, based on the comments that I hear, I am guessing that the surveillance is extending inside my home. And that surveillance is being taken one step further via password and a link, and I'm being sold by traffickers to look at me inside my home and to be gerbiled, remotely raped, in other words. Now, the surveillance in the workplace, without disclosure to me, is taking the form of satellite tracking that sees me silhouette inside of the building. So whoever takes the responsibility to look after me, to monitor me on behalf of the police, is seeing me share inside of the bathroom and everything I do. So I have no privacy. And they also have access to information about what I do inside of my home because information travels. And I think there is a Chinese network that follows me around, spreading rumors and lies about me because I'm suspecting that the flag that was raised in this building is related to Chinese trafficking. So the Chinese traffickers and the community backing them up is getting the contract to surveil and subcontracting to people in the workplace. And they've been doing that for quite a while. And the people in the workplace are contracting to other people. So I'd be followed around anywhere I go. And this information will be transmitted back to the person who is quote unquote monitoring me, which is really a cover for trafficking. So 2 weeks later, here I am out of work again. And changing jobs is very stressful. 2 weeks, of course, is not enough to train anybody. And I was also getting heart palpitations in the workplace. It was very claustrophobic environment. I am somewhat claustrophobic. The working conditions were really bad. It was very, very cramped and very, very uncomfortable in that there was not a lot of air circulation. So by the end of the day, I was extremely tired from the heat, and which could have been rectified, and I did raise the issue. A fan would have been, an easy fix, and also there was a feeling of being enclosed because it was a very closed space and very crowded space. So here we are. This was a job that I could do. I had absolutely no doubt that I could do. The person who was doing it was falling behind, and I could see why. I think the job is a two-person job. So the person who was doing it might have had a problem with it. And maybe there were other issues as well. But definitely there is an issue since I was let go as well. So there is an issue there. So anyway, I'm going to stop there. Keep on looking, I guess.